He's talking about, oh, you guys need to be taught a lesson. Those words for me were, I'm about to get punished for what other women have done to this guy before in the past. Why must I die because of what other women did to you? Even if they shouldn't die because of the things that they've done to you. Yes, sometimes there are trash women out there. Does it mean that they have to die? No. Does it mean I have to die because of what they have done to you? No, sir. So you can't be telling me, Minaje, my only crime was to take a Taxify. And now you're telling me, yeah, you women need to be taught a lesson. How?
I pray that we unmask ourselves from everything that allows us to love. Because love is true freedom. That's what our freedom
is. Hi friends, it is I, Galoro Mojalefa, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. What is good, honey? So lately I have been seeing a lot of stories on Twitter, WhatsApp even, about people who are complaining about Taxify, and people are basically saying delete Taxify, bolt, basically delete bolt, mistake. What is happening with my, is it my bedroom light or my ring light that's acting up right now? Okay, I'm confused, but I think it's my bedroom lights. I think it's dying. I hope it's my bedroom light because I cannot afford to replace a whole ring light. I think it's my bedroom light though. Guys, you gotta get ring light. What's going on here? Guys, I don't know what's going on. I think my ring light is acting up. It better not, because I don't have the money for it, okay? But anyways, I bought it Go Broadcast Lighting, so they have to help me. This light is only like a couple of months old. But anyways, I've been seeing a lot of stories on Twitter and WhatsApp. Like basically people are saying, Facebook as well, people are basically saying cancel Bolt, cancel everything. And today I am here to tell you guys to cancel both Bolt and Uber because they are both trash. And I am saying this from personal experience. I hope I won't get sued for this. They better not, because they better come correct. They better come correct. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys some issues that I've had. We could say this is a bit of a story time where I tell you guys about two incidences that I had with both Uber and Bolt on different separate occasions. So yeah, let's get into the video, because I feel like this video is going to be super long because I'm going to be basically telling two stories in one video. So let's just get into it. Okay, so my first story, the first incident happened in 2017. Yes, 2017 this happened, and I was still studying in MWAHHH at that time. So I lived in Roodepoort in Roodepoort. If you don't know Roodepoort, Roodepoort, it's like the, I think it's like the south of Johannesburg. I'm not too sure, but it's like one of the towns, Joburg, but like it's a bit on the outskirts of Johannesburg. But anyways, yeah, I lived there because I was studying in MWAHHH. And there was this guy, we were talking, we were, you know, sort of, we had a thing together, but it wasn't like an exclusive sort of relationship. Okay, it was sort of like a Majola situation. Anyways, it's one of those complicated things. But yeah, this guy, Begahlala Esanton. So earlier that day, I remember very well, it was my housemate's birthday. We used to live in Fairway Crest, for those who are familiar with the whole Roodepoort area. So we used to live go Fairway Crest estate, and it was my housemate's birthday. So housemate Twami, during the day, she and her friends went out for her birthday, and this happened, it was in July, so I think June. It was during the time Yama June exam, mid-year exams. I was at school because I was still writing exams. I had like one exam left, but I had a week. There was a duration of a week before I write that one exam, and it was just one of those situations, you know, that last paper syndrome where you're just tired of everything and you just you're not even interested in studying. But anyways, I had gone to school earlier that day to study, and then when I was at school, this guy hits me up, the one I was in a relationship mjolo situation with. He hits me up, he's like, okay, listen, I'm around your neighborhood, can I come through just to see you, whatever. And I was like, yeah, cool. So this guy, bekasebenza around the Remsig area. Okay, let me just say what he was. This guy is an actor. This guy is an actor, and they were filming around the Remsig area for Lesopile actor Guyo. They do a lot of scenes in Remsig and what you call Little Falls. So he was around Remsig at that time. It's like, no, we're filming around Remsig and I know you live here, so can I come through just to, you know, see you or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went from school, like my school was really not far, I could just walk to school. So I just walked back to my place and he came through, we were chilling, whatever, cool. After he had left, I went to my friend's place, who also lived in Fairway Crest. Why did that sound wrong? Okay, anyways, my friend also lived in Fairway Crest, but she lived in a different apartment. So I went to their place. Two of them, they lived together, they still live together. I went to them and we were chilling and all of that. So later on, I think this guy left around 6 so yeah, 6, that's when he left. And then I went to my friend's place. When I had gone back to my place, it was like not even half past, it was like 8 o'clock. When I got to my place, my housemate and her friends were back from wherever they were, and it was just like a whole celebration at the house. I was not really in the mood for like the whole situation, not because bengzamukuba snacks or anything, but I was just not in the mood for it. You know, sometimes you just don't want to chill with like a lot of people and all that, especially because they're not my friends. Like, I know them because they're my housemates' friends, but they're not my friends, so I was not really in the mood for it. But they were nice people. Yeah, they're nice people. So I go back to my friend's place, and this guy and I were talking on the phone, and well, we're texting each other on iMessage, and he's like, okay, so I'm telling him, Guti, yeah, my housemate and her friends are at the house, I'm not really in the mood for it. He's like, no, how about you come through to my place? I'm like, okay, why not? So he requests a Taxify for me. I requested a Taxify, and at that time, it was around the time that like a lot of things are happening. If I'm not mistaken, it was the same year that Sandile Manso killed Ukarabo Mokoena. So it was around that time, and everyone is just paranoid. There was a lot of stories about girls getting kidnapped by Uber drivers. It was just a whole lot that was happening in the country, and I feel like Sandile definitely opened a can of worms. He unlocked the keys of hell, because after that whole situation, Yakakarabo Mokoena and Sandile, like, things in the country was just going really bad. I don't know if like it's because now everyone knew what was happening, and now things were sort of surfacing for us to see, and it isn't or things just really went bad and downhill from there. I really don't know what was happening, but around 2017, that's when things really got bad in the country. So the Taxify comes, and abangan bami, they're very dramatic. Like, my friends are quite extra, okay? So when the Taxify arrives, they're taking pictures of the Taxify, batati tombe ziga driver. They're just taking pictures of literally everything. They took a video of me getting in the car, everything. So this driver's like, hey, well, why are you guys doing this? So we're trying to make sure that our friend gets to her destination safe. And if anything happens to her, it will be known by everyone that you did something, so don't do anything stupid. They literally told him to his face while taking a video of him right here, Ipswich back. So a huge part of me feels like that's what saved me, because ngabe ngangena with Taxify on my own, like, I feel like that guy would have had more confidence to do whatever he wanted to do, because then but you know, but my friends made it very clear, we're gonna make sure that it is known. My one friend was even like, can we see your driver's license? We want pictures of your driver's license if anything happens to our friend. Anyways, singing motor and guess no driver. Masihamba, we stopped at a garage that is like really close to my place. As I mentioned, I used to live in Fairway Crest, and those who know the Remsig area. There's like a garage there. I'm not sure what the garage name is, but there's a garage. I think is it Cecil Garage? No, it's not Cecil Garage, or BP, something like that. But one of the blue garages in J. There's a garage there. So that garage is like a 5 to 10 minutes walk to my place. Literally really, really, really not far. The garage is basically like, this is the garage, and this is the petrol station. This is the garage, the petrol station, and then these are the Fairway Crest estate where I used to live. And then Yindlela. But the thing is, it gets less a Fairway Crest lingap. Put it on mute. So it gets less a Fairway Crest lingap. So for me to walk is quite a bit of a distance because I have to go all the way around. But it's really not a bad distance. Like, we walk that distance all the time, you know. 5 to 10 minutes, you're already there. So my thing is, if there was an issue, maybe wangihlisa nje kwalapha egarage ngabuyela endlini or ngarequesta any Taxify, you know what I mean? So we get to the garage and this guy's like, can you please pay me the money that you were supposed to pay it ship my pela right now because funeka ngitheli petrol. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if you noticed, but this is a card payment. I don't have any cash on me. He's like, no, you can just withdraw. There's an ATM here. I'm like, sir, I'm not the one that's paying. I didn't request the Uber myself. The guy that I'm going to, he's the one who requested the Uber, so I'm not gonna pay. And then I said, no, you can always pay me. Then when you get to him, he's gonna pay you back. I'm like, oh, no, sir, I can't. I even said, you know what, I don't have money. I did have money. Let's just start there. But I didn't think it would be like an issue. Ukubane. Okay, my mom just got home. Okay, anyways, I didn't think it would be an issue. So this guy, he was very like, bega busy man, bega busy, this driver, uyangena, uyaphuma, uyahlala, like he's just all over the place, you know. Busy uyapuma, he gets outside, he talks to the petrol attendant. He's not talking to him like in my presence. He was just acting really funny, but I was like, okay, I didn't think too much of it. Mind you, I'm sitting in the front seat, he's sitting up. I don't know, back in the day I didn't really like sitting at the back front seat, but now I know ladies always sit at the back, especially like on the seat driver. It's gonna help you because then you can just strangle him if he tries next things. Yes, I was taught. After that they taught me, yay, this is what you gotta do. But anyways, I sing an on the way there. I can tell with this route that he's taking, I am not familiar with, like, but I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe so I'm talking to this guy like, okay, the guy I was going to with him, and this driver is acting real funny and he has a very bad vibe about him. Like, even the way he talks to me is just, it's not nice. So this guy, obviously at this point, he's also being very paranoid, yeah. So he keeps asking me, how far are you, like, are you good, are you safe? I'm like, no, I'm still good, don't worry about it. And then this guy needs to like obviously because he's the one who requested the Taxify, he can trace most of okay, so kind of, so he has most of the map where they show you okay, this is where the car is at now and all of that. He's like, hey, this route, I'm also not very familiar with it, mind you. Mina, obviously I'm thinking, okay, angihlangani nje neSandton, angihlangani ndawo neSandton. MangiseSandton ngihambile nabangani bami maybe for lunch or whatever, like angihambi indlela yaseSandton all the time. But this guy travels from Sandton to Remsig almost every day because he works there. Mara, even he's like, I'm not familiar with this road. But anyways, now he's really panicking. I'm like, no man, I don't think it's anything too bad, you know. Okay, sihambe kanjalo. Masihamba la endleleni, guys, it was around 9 o'clock at this time, 9:30, but it was in winter. As I mentioned, it was like June, July, so it was pitch black outside, guys, literally pitch black outside. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? This guy literally stopped the car in the middle of the road. Stops the car in the middle of the road. It is pitch black outside. Lendlela esihamba ngayo ayikho busy, like angiyazi indlela yakhona. Imoto nje ezindlulayo like once in a while kumane kudlula imoto, but nje ithulile nje indlela yakhona. Wamisa imoto esigangeni guys, ngapha kune like it's bushes or whatever. And I'm just like, what is going on now? I look at him, I'm like, why are you stopping the car? Athi kimi, this petrol is not going to be enough, like I want cash. I'm like, but we already spoke about this and I told you I don't have any cash on me and I'm not the one who requested the Uber. And next thing, he's getting really aggressive. I'm just like, why are you getting aggressive? It was just a 0 to 100 type of situation. It wasn't even 0 to 100. It was honestly like a 40 to 100 because he was already on level 40 because he was acting really snacks, you know. But the time we spoke about the whole payment situation at garage, he wasn't aggressive or anything. He wasn't angry about it. He was just like, he seemed like he was understanding, like, oh, okay, no, it's fine, I understand. So plan, this is a figure sentence and all that. So now he's telling me, well, I need a figure sentence, sentence. I'm like, sir, where are we going? Mind you, this is a South African individual, no? This is a South African gent, maybe in his 40s, around there. He's like, but sentence just silap. I'm like, hi, boss, yeah, go pimas ngai sentence. And he starts going off on me, and he's going off. He's like, yeah, nina inkinga yini mantombazana lawana enemali. So I'm like, I don't even have money, what are you even talking about? Yeah, nina mantombazana wasemasababsini niyadinga ukufundiswa lesson because you guys think that you everything, you know, you think that you know everything, you think that you're high up there, and then abantu in what? Like, when did I do all of that? Guys, if there's one thing I never do in my life, and I will never do, even if sekuthiwa nginemali, anginayo imali, mara sekuthiwa nje nginemali ngakanani ukunyatsa umuntu, I absolutely hate it. I always say, guys, people who know me, who are familiar with my content, know I always say on my videos, I hate people who nyatsa people. So why would I nyatsa this guy? He's talking about, oh, you guys need to be taught a lesson. Those words for me were, I'm about to get punished for what other women have done to this guy before in the past. Why must I die because of what other women did to you? Even if they shouldn't die because of the things that they've done to you. Yes, sometimes there are trash women out there. Does it mean that they have to die? No. Does it mean I have to die because of what they have done to you? No, sir. So you can't be telling me, Minaje, my only crime was to take a Taxify. And now you're telling me, yeah, you women need to be taught a lesson. How? He's going off on me. That time I'm texting this guy and I'm talking to him and I'm calling him. He's like, who are you calling in? It's, hey, buddy, I told you I'm going to someone. And then, like, at that point, I'm literally about to cry now because I'm really scared. We are in the middle of literally nowhere. And I'm thinking to myself, if I get out here and I start running, who's gonna help me? Because imoto azindluli njenje, yabona imoto zakhona zindlula scars. So I'm texting this guy and I'm calling him. I'm like, listen, my guy, listen, kushubile in this Taxify. Dog, I'm in a situation now. This guy is acting crazy. He's saying this and this and this and this and this, and I'm crying at this point. And this guy's like, nigga phone. I tried to give him my phone with Sakulumenai, and he's like, no, I don't want to talk to him. And then not since I fagul loudspeaker, you'll hear what he has to say. And then this guy's now threatening him, like, what the hell's going on? If anything happens to her, if you touch her, I'm gonna show you flames. You know who I am. In. So it was only when he started talking to this guy that he was like, okay, you know what? He actually calmed down a bit. Not a lot, just a bit, you know. This guy's like now threatening him. I'm also telling him, dude, my friends have your face, my friends have your number plate, my friends have your everything. If anything happens to me, we are going to find you. It is going to be easy to find you. And also because I'm not the one who requested the Taxify. Ma? Nyabong. Food. Anyways, so now I'm telling him, Uguti, if anything happens to me, my friends have your information. This guy has your information. Because this guy is the one who requested the Taxify, he can also trace, like, most of Taxify na Uber, you can trace the direction, and all that. So I'm like, if anything happens, now this guy's like, okay, are we gonna follow this car in? So it was only then that he actually stopped doing his nonsense and he started the car again and we drove to my destination. So my thing was, you claimed that there was no petrol emotweni, but now imoto siyasuka sisiyahamba. Like, what's going on, you know? But I honestly, I prayed that night. I prayed so much to God and I said thank you, because if it wasn't for my friends and if it wasn't for the fact that this Taxify was requested by another person and this person was now saying, listen, we are coming there, sometimes I feel like I would have died that day. Honestly, it was such a horrible situation. I can't even begin to explain how traumatized I was, because this driver was like shouting at me, telling me I'm going to teach you a lesson and he's just getting aggressive now. Yo guys, it was so horrible. But anyways, obviously we reported the situation. I don't even know how far that went, because obviously the guy was the one he was more angry. He was really angry. The guy that I was going to, he was angry. I was just scared and I was hurt and I was sad, but I wasn't too angry. So I really don't know how he handled that. I know he said he's not gonna let it slide, so I really don't know. Like, I really don't know. Anyways, my second situation that I had. I'm thinking to myself, this guy's gonna rape me, he's gonna torture me before he kills me. So honestly, I'd much rather jump out of this moving car and hit my head on the tar road and die an immediate death. I would rather be paralyzed for the rest of my life than be raped and tortured, and I don't know, God knows what he was gonna do to me.